And oi, it's your boy. Sorry about the technical issues. I always get that with StreamYard. My apologies for that. The intro just wasn't playing. But let's get on with this anyway. Oi, it's your boy. It is UK Salis Ricky J. Bringing you the hottest intakes, bold predictions, and straight up banner from across the pond, where the bell never stops ringing. Welcome to the People's Wrestling Podcast. Go ahead, as always, as each and every time, grab your coffees, grab your drink, sit back, relax, like, and subscribe. That is right, like and subscribe. So, once again, sorry about the technical issues. Sorry that I'm just a few minutes late starting, and also I'll be doing up the solo Sequoia, solo dolo, as my co-host of the most, Sean Gold, is actually, possibly as we speak, still in. I'm actually going to check live just where he is, but last word was he's actually in hospital with the one, the only Zilla Fatu, so a speedy recovery to Zilla, because of a big injury he has suffered. Give me 1 second, I will just be checking right now just where he is. Now I do realize that the clocks have gone back 1 hour here in the UK, so I think we might be in front or behind, or I'm not really sure the time in the US right now. But I am just checking where Sean is. Just give me 1 second to do that. So I'm going to check the local time where he is. It might be 6 a.m. for him. Give me 1 second to indeed do that. 1 second. I should have really done this first, guys, but oh no. It's 8. So okay, so there 8 minutes. So 11 minutes past 11. So they are 8 hours behind the UK in the US. Sorry about that. Really rambling here. So sorry about that. Just want to find out where Sean is, that's all. I really should have checked the time before going on here. But let's get on with this. With segment number 1, and you guys know what that is. And that is, of course, this right here. That is right. What's cooking at the table? So what have I been up to? What have I been keeping myself busy with this week? Really is the same thing as usual. Heading to the gym, going down my walking group. Did, of course, go to my craft class, and I did make, can you guys guess? Drum roll, please. I made one of these, of course, for Halloween Havoc. So it was just that this week. also have purchased a couple more photos for the Love of Wrestling convention next year. So that's what I've been up to this week. Let me know, guys, what you have been up to and what have you got coming up. I've got coming up more of the same, but next week, next Sunday, a firework display. I will be off to watch some fireworks being let off. So I'll be doing that next Sunday. So I've got that coming up. Are you guys a fan of fireworks? You'll get all excited around this time of year. So let me know that, and do let me know what you've been up to. What, of course, what you've got coming up as we roll right into segment number 2. And it's going roll out the red carpet, paparazzi, the cameras are clicking, the Hollywood world is talking, the actors and actresses are gathering, because it can only be the one, the only that is right, movie time. So what 3 movies have I been watching this week, and what movies have I got coming up? The 3 movies I have been watching are... So let's start with this. Your Host. Good movie, good film. Very much like the Saw movies. That's the feel I got from it. So I am a big fan of the Saw movies. They are good. So I'd highly recommend this one, Your Host. The second movie on the list was... I'm going to try and delete that. So the second movie on the list was Tron Ares. This was an okay movie, in my opinion. Yeah, just okay. That's all I'm really going to say about that. And the third and final movie, you've guessed it, stars a wrestler, but which wrestler? And what is that movie? And it is... Afterburn, starring Batista. Good movie. One of Batista's best movies. I think he gets better with time. I'm going to say it before. Well, I've said it before. I'll say it again. And the people have said it. I'm going to say it also. Batista is the best wrestler turned actor. He can do anything. He can be in action. He can be in comedy. He can do an animated movie. He can do absolutely anything. So those are the movies I've been watching this week. I've got probably more movies with wrestlers coming up. I'm actually going to, if I can, and this is what you get here, this is the exclusive stuff that you are getting here. I'm actually going to... One second, guys. 1 second. That was my set falling down. It wasn't. So, I mean, I'm going to give you like an exclusive look, not exclusive look, but exclusive feel, and yeah, I don't really know what I'm saying here. Still a little bit tired, but coming up, I've got more movies starring wrestlers. Platform 2 I want to watch, and that is probably it. Pets on a Train, I'll probably give that a watch. The Roses looks good. That might be the movie I'll watch later on tonight. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, those are the movies I've got coming up. But as we take a breather, as we take a sip of coffee, as we sit back, relax, like and subscribe, I'm going to play an ad coming your way, because you need to know where to get my shirts, where to get my And you need to go, you know, where to get my shirts, how to get that shout out, 2 shout outs in fact, and a bonus one, and as I induct you to the People Wrestling Channel Hall of Fame. And how do I do that? Or how does that happen? Easy. Simply with this. That is right. Protein T's Goldman's won. That again, Protein T's Goldman's won. 2 shoutouts coming your way and an extra bonus one. I'll induct you to the People Wrestling Channel Hall of Fame, which means, for those wanting to know, for those out there asking, which means it's like a bonus shout out, like a 5-10 minute video dedicated just to you. So it's like a bigger, much bigger shout out. And all you need to do is buy a shirt. Let me know you bought one, prove your purchase, and those 2-3 shout outs come your way. Anyway, moving on, there are no news and headlines that I know of. If I missed a news and headline, or there's something you want me to talk about, quickly get your thoughts in, get your comments in. Otherwise, I'm just going to move along, and I think I'm going to move along. So, Sean isn't here, so there'll be no On Your Wrestling Soapbox. So, really moving swiftly, let's talk about the yesteryears, the gold days of wrestling with this. That is right. This week in wrestling history. Only one notable date, and that notable date is an iconic moment that happened, that went down in the year was 1991. The date was October 21st, and it was Jake the Snake Cobra biting the Macho Man. Ooh, yeah, dig it, Randy Savage. So like I said, an iconic moment. A moment that will live in history, a moment that will live in time. Crazy moment, and crazy moments like this, you got many years ago. You don't get many crazy moments like this in the year of 2025. Although I suppose they do some crazy moments in AEW, which we're going to get to in a second. But yeah, an iconic moment, like I've said, really fits with the Cobra and Jake the Snake and all that. Yeah, kind of that's my thoughts on that. What are your thoughts on Jake the Snake's Cobra sticking his fangs into the arm of the Macho Man? Ooh, yeah, dig it, Randy Savage. So yeah, that was this week in wrestling history. As I'm going to play a second ad here, because, and sorry I'm a little bit out of sorts. I don't think I've had enough coffee, so let me have a good sip. Marcus may not be here anymore. He may pop up now and again here and there when he can, when he feels like it. But that doesn't stop me from promoting the guy. So check out that description. And also guys, check out one second, check out this. That is right. That is right. Marcus channel right there. Go and check it out. Go and like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Getting to the next big milestone of 80 subscribers. I think he's on 70. And again, you're finding these things out live as we go along here. So today, you have a bit of a chill episode. They've been pulling a solo dolo. Sean's busy at a hospital with Zilla Fatu. So this, no rush really today. This is going to be a nice chill episode. But gonna find out for you guys live. And it is 72 subscribers for Marcus Gill, so getting to 80. And I just need to do something here. Give me 1 second. So yeah, I'm going to leave that on your screens. Something here. Give me 1 second. We're going to leave it on your screens, guys. And then, so go and trying to chill out. Like I say, just a bit of a chill episode today. I'm just going to chill in, just taking it easy. Bit of an early start for me. Don't usually have to start the podcast at this time. But let's move along and let's take a look at today's wrestling landscape with that is indeed right. Wrestling Roundup. And we will start with last week's AEW Wrestle Dream. So let's kind of not speed through this, but get this through this kind of as quick as we can here. So, of course, starting with the tailgate pre-show, 0 hour, whatever they're calling it now. So the Death Riders knock off Roderick Strong and the Conglomeration. Okay, really nothing to add here. Before I move along, what I am going to add, what I do want to say is you're getting you had 4 matches on the pre-show. So when it comes to AEW, I think certainly value for money. So yeah, and it doesn't decide in my mind that I need to upload a picture here. Again, should have done this beforehand. I'm actually going to do this now. Sorry about this, guys. I need a picture for later. So let me upload that right now. So that's that done. Like I said, should have done that earlier, but that's that done now. So yeah, with AEW, you're certainly getting value for money. So I might not be the biggest AEW fan all around. I think but the pay-per-views as overall shows are good. There hasn't been a bad pay-per-view at all this year. Revolution, Double or Nothing, Dynasty, All In, All Out, Wrestle Dream, all as an overall pay-per-view, as an overall show, all of them good. But we move along here to more tag team action that saw Eddie Kingston and Hook dispatch and defeat Frat House. I've dropped my remote here. Sorry, guys. But yeah, they dispatched and defeated Frat House. This was merely a win for Eddie Kingston and Hook. We then had women's tag team action. Megan Bain and Penelope Ford took the L to Holly Cameron and Willie Nightingale after I feel the wrong tag team won here, but okay. And then a match that bled into the main show, and I think, no, this is good. These are the crazy things you get with AEW. Again, not the biggest AEW fan here, definitely not, but AEW certainly does things you'll never see in WWE. We'll get into that in the main event. But I think a match bleeding over into the main start of the main pay-per-view, and you got the pyro going off, just a crazy scene that saw FTR with the dub against Jet Speed. We then kicked off the actual show with Jamie Hayter being the one to defeat and beat the undefeated Thekla. Yeah, this was an okay, all right match here. Just give me 1 second to look the order of the matches, because it's been a week and I can't. There's so much wrestling in 1 week. I actually can't remember the match order. So, yeah, good win for Jimmy Hayter there. Let's see where that takes her. Where do you think that takes her, guys? Let me know. Next up was Jurassic Express battling the Young Bucks, where the winner would get $500,000. This was another nice match, another good match. It had a little bit of a storyline going in. I do like that the Young Bucks are, absolutely strapped for cash, and they really need that cash. I really do like that. That's the storyline. But did they get that cash? Did they get the win they were looking for? That is the question. And the answer is no. Your winners, chicken dinners all around, head held high, smile on their face, were Jurassic Express. So what they will do the money, I don't know. But the Young Bucks failing again. Up next was the Demand matched up against the Hurt Syndicate. This was another decent, okay match. I did like that the Demand's like hurriedness and eagerness to get the win. Within no time in putting the Hurt Syndicate through tables. They really needed that Dutske. They really needed the winner's share of the purse. Did they get it? No, they didn't, because your winners of this one were the Hurt Syndicate. I've got a comment coming in, not really sure what this is, but I'll show all comments. Mash Halla vibes only. Okay. Thank you for the comments, I guess. Everyone else, do get your comments in, whether it's live right now or later on. Really doesn't matter. Get those comments in. Now you can maybe feel and send having a little bit of fun, with the winners, and let's say really chill episode this week. But moving right along, we saw again. We just checked the match order here. So I'm getting this right for you guys. It was for the TNT Championship Gold. Mark Briscoe challenger, Kyle Fletcher champion. Who emerged victorious? Who was out the winner? Who was out TNT champion? And the answer is still Kyle Fletcher. Put away Mark Briscoe in a good match. That's really my just thoughts there on that one. On to the next we go, which was for the women's AEW World Belt. It was indeed Chris Statlander versus, it's going to be once again, I've not got my notes here. 1 second. I'll be with you in 1 whole second. So it was indeed Chris Statlander defending against the timeless one, Tony Storm, in a good match, and emerging victorious, emerging still AEW Women's World Champion, Chris Statlander. Like I said, this was a nice, decent match. So Chris Statlander prevailing. We then had Mercedes Moné taking on Mina Shirawaka, I believe. Yes, it was. For the interim ROH Ring of Honor Women's World TV Championship title strap. What a mouthful that was. What a mouthful that is. And it should be no shock to you guys. It should be no surprise. The outcome, the result reads 11 belts at the time of Wrestle Dream. 11 belts Moné. Of course, now it's 12 belts Moné, which 11 belts was ridiculous. 12 belts is even more ridiculous. Now, as I said last night on my Halloween Havoc, go watch it, Halloween Havoc, watch along. I did say that, and I said this in my short, Mercedes Moné getting a star treatment. In my short, when I give my first initial thoughts on the match, on what went down and what happened. Mercedes Moné getting a hell of a start treatment in AEW. You're really being treated like a big name, a big star. But I want to really want to give my more thoughts here. Now I've got time. Like I said, chill episode. So just take a sip of a coffee and let's get into it. Yeah, so big star treatment for Mercedes Moné. Doesn't she have to? What happened? What happens with these 12 titles? Is she going to vacate? So, several thoughts going through my mind all at the same time. So let's take them in order. So, as great as it is, one of the titles that Mercedes holds is the Revolution, the Rev Pro. So, coming in here in the UK, the Rev Pro Women's Championship. And while that's cool, and Red Pro is getting someone that's been in WWE, that's currently in AEW, that holds 12 titles. That is really, really cool for them. You know, it's going to help them sell tickets. She's a big, big, big name for them. But the question, well, I have several questions here. Probably going to go unanswered, but if you feel free, guys, to answer it in the comments, be it live right now or later on. Really doesn't matter. You can still answer. How does it make Mercedes feel like a big name if she's winning some of the titles she holds? One's in Poland, one is in Austria, or two might be in Poland. How does it make her feel like a big name winning titles in Poland? And again, it's a double-edged sword, and not so much a rant here, but just really thinking, get my thoughts out there. So cool for the company in Poland, in Austria. I think there might be also a Scottish title in there. So it's really, really cool. It puts these companies on the map. It gets these companies it gets these companies known by having Mercedes Moné hold their title. Cool. But how does it make Mercedes feel like a big name holding the Poland Championship, holding the Scottish Championship? Also, what if she's got these 12 titles, has to defend them? What if she gets injured? Then what? And does she actually defend these titles? She's going to have to lose them. So, like I said, there's a big star treatment for Mercedes Moné. But I think it's quite ridiculous holding now 12 titles. And now she's going after the women's title at Full Gear and the tag team titles. It's going to be 13 and 14 titles. So whilst Mercedes Moné is getting these star treatment, I think it's quite ridiculous, in my opinion. Moving along here to tag team action for the AEW tag team titles. That saw your challengers, the Don Callis family, taking on the champions, Brodito. This was a good match. Bandido thoroughly impressed me here. I do think that Bandido has really leveled up. Of course, it came down to Takeshita and Okada arguing just as I thought it would do. And coming out with the titles in the bag, hand raised high, titles around their waist, and still AEW Tag Team Champions Brodito. Yeah, like I said, a good tag team match here. And I believe there's only 2 matches left for the Wrestle Dream card. That is correct. It was Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe of the Men's AEW World Championship. Good match. Hangman Adam Page retaining. No shocker there. The bigger story came after the match. The heel turn of Samoa Joe. The ops turning heel. So, yeah. And then your main event, the main one, the big one of the evening, saw the I Quit match. Jon Moxley, Darby Allin went at it, left it all out there on the mat, on the canvas, in that square circle. This was an okay match. As I was saying earlier, the crazy things you're never going to see in WWE. One of those crazy things are, of course, a fish tank spot. John Moxley trying to drown Darby Allin. Now, again, whilst that is, I suppose, cool against them, you're never, ever. Good girl, Roxy. Got to. Let me deal with my dog, the big dog, the people's dog. Here, the people's wrestling podcast. Like and subscribe if you like animals, you like pets. If you wanted a blanket, the people's blanket. So whilst it's cool, you're never going to see in WWE. And I just need to take a break, guys. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to need a quick toilet break because there's something I've remembered to let me just take that break. So let me put on hold that thought. But give me 1 second, guys. Oh, give me 1 second. 1 second. And my sincere apologies. Just had to see TL Hopper sent to the people's bladder because it wasn't Vader time, and it was toilet time. So you're using the people's toilets. Took longer than expected. I didn't take 316, nor did I take 619, but I am here. I am back on your screen. So let's get on with this. So, as I said earlier, Mother Chill, easygoing episode this week. Hopefully Sean can join us. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see here. Have sent him a message. Looks like he isn't coming on. So let's get rocking and roll. That is right, rocking and rolling and continuing here. So, the fish tank spot, you're never going to see that in WWE, but where is the limit? Someone coming be beaten by being drowned? Of course, you saw Sting in this one, Sting making an appearance. That was cool. Quite rushed ending of the main event and making him say the words "I quit" was Darby Allin. So I'm going to give Wrestle Dream a rating of mid card. Speaking of AEW, let's just go right into Dynamite here that saw the Ops retain against the Hurt Syndicate. Okay, Jimmy Hayter and Queen Aminata defeated and beated Megan Bain, Penelope Ford, Willie Nightingale. Megan Bain and Penelope Ford, Willie Nightingale and Holly Cameron, and Julia Hart and Sky Blue in a fatal four-way match. Cool. Kyle O'Reilly got a DQ victory against John Moxley. Okay. The Conglomeration got a win against the Death Riders. Okay. And Okada, no shocker, no surprise, retained against Bandido. Just purely based off results, I'm going to give Dynamite a dark match. let's move right into the Red Brand Monday Night Raw. So let's just quickly speed through Raw, SmackDown, NXT, all of that. Let's get on to Halloween Havoc. So Adam Pearce in the ring, the Vision come out, Bron Breakker gets on the stick, so does Paul Heyman. Yeah, cool way to kick off Raw. We've got new World Television Champions taking the title, snatching the titles away from the Judgment Day, and they'll do champions are AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Great that Dragon Lee has got some, well, more WWE gold, but main roster gold. Did he actually win in NXT? Actually can't remember, but Dragon Lee finally has some main roster gold, and AJ Styles is a champion after 3-4 years. Has it been now? Then the last time he held gold was on, say, WrestleMania 37 with Omos. I believe that's the last time AJ Styles held gold. So you're talking, yeah, 5 years. Speaking of champions, still you're in the college champion. What is Dominic Mysterio over Rusev? Okay. We had a DQ finish on Dynamite, and we had a DQ finish on Raw as well, because by disqualification, your winner over Becky Lynch, Maxine Dupree. I think Maxine Dupree has improved. Yeah, I think she has improved. Now, does she go on to win the Women's Intercontinental title? I'll have to wait and see. Stephanie Vaquer knocked off Roxanne Perez. Okay. Then Stephanie got beaten down, and Nikki Bella made the save. Then in your main event, Jey Uso won a Battle Royal match, and it is now CM Punk versus Jey Uso for the Men's World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday night's main event. Decent Raw. I'm going to give a rating of dark match. I do it honestly here. If Raw's not so good, I'm going to say it. On NXT, the Culling made their way out. Tatum Paxi on the stick. Phil Imlans came out. JT Jane and Fallon Henley on the Mick Brawl. Decent way to kick off NXT. Leon Slater is still your X Division champion after putting in the rearview mirror stacks. My question about this was, what happened to the Heritage Cup? I don't know where that's gone, but there we are. Sorry about that. Something in my coffee there. But yeah, I don't know where the X Division, the Heritage Cup has gone. I presume just written off TV. Then had La Park and Mr. Aguado come out to make a match for what went down last night. Jasper Troy in a speed match, very quickly defeated and beaten and put away Zachary Wentz. Go win for Jasper Troy there. Ava in the ring, Sol Ruka got her words out there. Blake Monroe came out. Zarya spoke. Brawl. Cool. Another speed match saw Axiom do the job. Shawn Legacy do the job against Axiom in another speed match. Very quickly done. Cool match for Axiom there. OTM on the winning side against Hank Walker and Tank Ledger. Cool. I do like OTM. Fatal Influence prevailed against the Culling. Cool. A few more matches made for Halloween Havoc. And then it was a Ava in the ring again. Contract signing. Trick Williams came out. Ricky Saints stayed. Trick got put through a table, and that's how we ended NXT. I'm going to give a rating of mid-card. On to Evolve. So the Vanity Project, they came on out, followed by Keanu Carver, followed by Big Jai. I don't know who Big Jai is, but cool that he's the GM on Evolve. OTM came out. So OTM out the mud are now face. For those that follow everything, they were heel on NXT and then now face on Evolve. Sean Legacy was your winner against Idris Enofic. Good win for Sean here. In women's action, that is right, ladies action, Thea Hale, where Thea has been, I don't know, but she came back to winning ways and she tapped out Zeta Steel. Then in your main event on the Evolve brand, Keanu Carver and OTM sent packing the Vanity Project. So going for them, I presume that Keanu is going for the title, like I said last week. I'm going to give Evolve a mid-card. You never know, because OTM and Thea Heel aren't The Rock and John Cena. But I do feel that Evolve has that you never know who can turn up feeling. On Friday Night SmackDown, out comes Cody Rhodes. Then Drew McIntyre did. Jimmy Uso attacked Drew. Okay. Match made for Saturday night's main event that we'll get to in the predictions here shortly. The MFTs got the 1, 2, 3 against Rey Fenix and Shinsuke Nakamura. So Nakamura is now face. Oh, I suppose at least the MFTs are now looking like a dominant faction, I suppose. So there is that. So let's not question it, I guess. And I'm actually, where are my notes? Ooh. Don't really need my notes, and I know what happened anyway. And that was Tiffany Stratton proving why she's a champion against Kiana James. Give me 1 second here, you guys. Very, very ill prepared, but give me 1 second. So not 100% sure where I put my notes for SmackDown. Because I do know what happened. I'm just curious where I put them. That's all. So just very curious of where my notes for SmackDown have disappeared to. I'll find them later, but yeah, Kiana James being beaten by Tiffany Stratton. Okay, Jade Cargill comes out, and this is the heel turn for Jade. We'll have to wait and see how that goes down. Still, your US champion in the Open Challenge, indeed, of course, is how you want to say it, Ilya Dragunov, defeating and beating Aleister Black. Good match here. Give me 1 second to find my notes, because I put them somewhere, guys. I have put my notes somewhere. Give me 1 second here, guys. Maybe I picked up the wrong notes. I don't know. Quite know where I put my notes for SmackDown. Give me just 1 extra second. I thought I'd got them, but it appears no. So it is a mystery, like Rey Mysterio, where my notes have gone. Give me 1 extra second, guys. 1 extra second. One extra second, guys, if you can allow me that. But is it a complete mystery where my notes for SmackDown have gone? But yeah. Really not sure where they've gone. Anyway, your main event saw Jimmy Uso take the loss to Drew McIntyre in a no DQ match. Okay. And then Cody Rhodes came out to make the same, and he gives SmackDown a dark match. Let's move right along to what went down last night at Halloween Havoc. That saw the team of Javon Evans and Leon Slater prevail against Mr. Iguana and La Parka. Good match to kick things off. And in this might be my match of the week. I'll have to wait and see, guys, what my match of the week is. Might be coming up after this, might be coming up shortly. Stay tuned. But yeah, good match to kick things off. Now, Javon and Leon have their sights set for the NXT Tag Team titles. Let's see if they can successfully win them. I do think that Javon needs some gold, so let's wait and see. In a day of the day match, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. and Ethan Page put on a stellar match. They showed up, they showed out, they put on a showing. This was basically a no DQ match. The men's North American Championship, Ethan Page are showing. I think it's just got better and better and improved over time. And what walks out of this still your men's North American champion. On the women's side of things, we're doing the first piece of gold in WWE. Grabbing it away from Zaria was Blake Monroe. Cool. For the women's NXT World title, we have a brand new NXT Women's Champion in Tatum Paxley. JC Jane got beat, got done. So where will this leave Fatal Influence? Have to wait and see. But a big shocker here. Well, not a big shocker. I did actually pick Tatum Paxley what went down on NXT. But yeah, big win for Tatum. And obviously this pushes to Collins. That's cool. Your next match for the NXT Tag Team titles in a broken rules match that saw the Broken Hardys and the State of Dark go at it. To me, this felt a little bit clunky, but great to see the Broken Hardys in WWE. Broken Matt Hardy, Brother Nero. I knew you'd come and all that. And shocker win here. I thought the Hardys were going to delete the State of Dark, but that didn't happen because coming out, your new two-time NXT Tag Team Champions, Dark State. And then in your main event that saw Ricky Saints, Trick Williams, the NXT Men's title got at it, left it all out there. A main event that could have been better, but still it was decent and saw Ricky Saints retain. So I'm going to give Halloween Havoc also a mid-card. So that is your wrestling roundup. I've got predictions to do. I've got promotion to do. But before I do either of those, let's play an ad here. Let's sit back, relax for a moment, take a sip of coffee, like and subscribe, get this shared, all of those good things as you watch this. That is right, like and subscribe. So it is, that time has come round again to do some predictions. And those predictions will be for... Give me 1 second here, 1 second. So now got a picture of the actual match card, so I'll just use this. And then of course, Saturday night's main event next week. So we do that and that. So we have, for the WWE Women's Undisputed title, Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill. Is this where they give it to Jade? I don't know. I'm really not sure. I do feel, because we don't know what the women's war game match is going to be, and this is why there shouldn't be a women's war game match every single year, or a war game match in general, unless you've got a real storyline going into it. The men's is what, the White Six versus MFTs. Okay. The women's, no idea. I could not tell you who's in the women's war games match 2025. I feel that Jay Cargill and Tiffany will be thrown in there. So they're probably going to keep the title on Tiffany. But I think that if it's not Jay, who else? So I'll say Tiffany, but I really don't know. For the men's World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk versus Jey Uso. If the Seth Rollins thing, if the Seth Rollins thing is in 100% real, 100% shoot, which I believe it is because of Paul Heyman's promo, it's kind of turned Rollins' face. So I do think that unfortunately Seth Rollins is out and injured, but it could all be a big work. I think it would have made much more felt. It would have made. I'm trying to get the words out and I can't. It would have meant so much more if CM Punk had took the title from Seth Rollins. I do think CM Punk wins here, but like I said, if he took that title away from Seth, I think it would have made meant so much more. And then it will be for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Drew McIntyre challenges Cody Rhodes. This has to be Drew, because if it's not Drew, who else? There is no one else for Cody to face, so this has to be Drew. So I'm going to say it is. So I'm going to say Drew McIntyre walks out your new WWE champion next week. Let's get into one final segment here with more technical difficulties, but the final segment, of course, is That is right, and if that played out twice, my apologies. Again, technical difficulties with StreamYard. But wrestling days out. So yesterday, I was indeed at a show. Look out for my review of it on my Facebook. That'll be out soon. But I was at a show, and that show was this one right here. Top Rope Wrestling, Gold and Bread. Decent enough show. I do appreciate, and I do like that Top Rope is when they get themselves everywhere, doing shows in Cone, Padiham, Barnoldswick. For those from the UK, none of this will mean anything to you guys, but you know, this is my thing, this is my podcast, so I'll say what I want here. Anyway, at Quinton, Leeds, although I like that they get themselves everywhere, but I don't know if this really worked. You know, a lot of timing issues. There was meant to be a triple threat, there was meant to be a tag team, they just both got turned into a singles match. So cool show. But I don't know. Cool show. But could have been better. The next two shows I've got coming up are, well, actually next week, BTW Bonfire Fury 5. I'll be there attending that next week. I believe tickets. Look out for my promotion of it on the day, but I believe there's some tickets still on sale. You go and get yourselves one. So I've got that next week, and then hopefully the week after, I've got my eyes set on this one, and that is Wrestle Island Train to Birkenhead. So I'll be at that show. So yeah, those are the next two shows I've got coming up. Now, my co-host with the most, as I delete these pictures just to make room. But my co-host with the most may not be here, as you guys can see, as you guys can witness, as you guys can observe. He isn't here. That doesn't stop me promoting him. And okay, well, the shows he was going, well, the shows he sent me over are done. What is it? What is a show? What was was at a show last night, and I think that's that's why he's busy. Zilla Fatu got injured. Was it a show that featured Zilla Fatu, the Sandman, and Hollywood Haley J? So that's where Sean was yesterday. As I try and delete the pictures again just to make room here on StreamYard. We only get so much space, and I'm trying to delete those. If that keeps coming up, that's why. But it's very hard on phone to delete these. There we go. I think I've done it. So yeah, so that's where he was last night. I'm going to very quickly promote his Instagram, and if you want to go ahead and follow him, there it is. There is Sean's Instagram. Go ahead and follow him. But guys, that isn't me done for this time. Join me here next week. Well, okay, you've got coming at you guys a hell of a lot. So look out for my match of the week that might or might not be following this. And then next week, hopefully an action-packed live, an action-packed show for you will hopefully be WrestleCrate Unboxing quiz, and Saturday night's main event watch along, and then next Sunday here the People's Wrestling Podcast. Go ahead, like and subscribe, get to that next milestone of 460. I will see you guys next time. And always remember that it's Ricky G bringing the British Bites to the fight.